All right, I'm the flatratemaster, and this is Volkswagen Audi Required Tools, Part 2. I forgot some tools, guys and gals. So I'm going to kind of redeem myself and do a Part 2, simply because I forgot some important stuff, and thanks, you guys, you reminded me about some things. So I'm going to talk about some more stuff. All right, first, coolant adapters. You're going to need several kinds of coolant adapters for your pressure testers. Coolant leaks are a big thing for Volkswagen Audis. They've used plastic plastic outlets for many years, and they break. They get oil soaked, they just get fragile, they break and leak. So you're going to need several different kinds of filter adapters or coolant adapters. Now you can go to AST Tools. They've got some expensive adapters. You can just go to Volkswagen Audi and you can look up all the ones, and you can try to find similar ones or less expensive ones, or you can get them from Snap-on, Matco, or Stant has them as well. You just have to go through and look them up. All right, next one is, if you work at a dealership, plastic oil pans. Yep, they got them. This is the special tool from AST, VW105549. It's for doing oil changes. It's a plastic oil pan, and it's stupid. And now most guys at the dealership actually don't do that. They suck it out from the top, but this is the tool. You can get by with a screwdriver, but that is the proper tool. Next one, and this is something you're gonna want, is the lock tools. Now, this is the older set for the older ones. The newer one is also available from the Irwin site for Volkswagen. They're both available on Amazon. This one is LT4150 by LTI Tools. Good kit. Important to have, so you don't have to go digging for that wheel lock in who knows where they put it. All right, next one is probably not the most expensive tool, and definitely well worth the money, is VAGCOM, VCDS. It's not expensive. You will need a laptop to run it. Now, you don't need a tough book, but we have tough books here, and that's what we run it on. Doesn't have to be super fast, doesn't have to be super strong, fast computer. It just has to have internet access every now and then to update, and a USB port. Make sure and get the unlimited VIN number one, not the professional kit, not the do-it-yourselfer that is limited. They do now have a wireless version, but you're going to be using this a lot. One, it's a great tool for Volkswagen Audi, and two, a lot of late model vehicles have electronic parking brakes. You will need a scan tool to deactivate that system so you can do brakes. It's part of the world now, guys. You need a scan tool to do brakes. So next one up is a big 17 millimeter hex. The older Volkswagens used a 17 millimeter hex, and they are tight. Now, this is not a Snap-on, it's not a Matco, not a Mac. It's a Pittsburgh. It is a Pittsburgh hex, chrome, and I can tell you right now, I've had a 3/4 impact on this. It still fits great. It's not rounded off. So definitely a good buy from Harbor Freight, because those suckers are extremely tight. So Get yourself a set from Harbor Freight. Next one, 27 millimeter, 30 millimeter, 12 points for axle nuts. They use 17, they use 27, they use 30. You're going to need them. You know, Gray Pneumatic has a really good set of 12-point sockets for axle nuts. It's not that expensive. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. But it's a good way to get all the sockets you need for doing those axles, because you're going to be doing some axles working at Volkswagen. All right, next one is, somebody pointed this out, and it's again in that special tool category, but it is something that you probably wind up doing, and that is the special tool for chain tensioners on 1.8 turbos. Looks really cheesy because it kind of is. 3268 is the part number. It's available through AST, and it comes with a new tensioner, but I'd rather have a one to use to detension the old one to get it out. But it is something that wouldn't be a bad idea to have in your toolbox if you work for a Volkswagen Audi specialty shop. All right, this is one that is a new problem. The later model Volkswagen Audis, for whatever reason, and I can't tell you why, all I can tell you is them freaking coil boots seize up like a mother in the engine compartment, in the head, and do not want to come off. I mean, do not want to come off. We had a customer put in diesel in their gas engine, and it was a later model, might have been a 1.8 or a 1.4, but I think it was a 1.8, and ran it till it stalled. So wound up getting it running, but unfortunately, changing the plugs, because they were fouled, had to involve taking out the coils. Every one of the coil boots was, impossible to get out without this. It is a ripped spark plug boot remover. Part number is 68458, Schley products, and literally, thump, pop the boot out. Easy as that. Went from struggling to getting all the boots out, being able to swap the plugs out. The boots are not available separately, by the way, guys. The only way to get them is with a coil. But definitely look at getting this one. This has actually saved my bacon a couple times where the coil boot splits and it's down in a hole and you're trying to get it with a pick and it's not working. This thing just slides over I'll show you real quick. Because I just happen to have a Volkswagen Audi spark plug right here. It slides just over the spark plug, just like this. It's got a little bit of a lip on it as far as, cutting edge, and just slides down there, pops the boot loose. You pull it up, magic. You go from struggling with a stuck boot to having it off. So this is part 2. I hope you like it. I am the Flat Rate Master. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Comments are always appreciated. If you like the video, how about subscribing? If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Go watch something else. Or comment. Tell me why you didn't like me. But I am the Flat Rate Master. Thanks for watching, guys. And gals.